Folks, welcome to the lab. Well, we have we got a project here, and I'm going to do a step one, and then I need to leave it till tomorrow. What we have here is an exquisite RAYO number 65 with an absolutely exquisite globe in it. And this, I'm going to do the lift, but I really shouldn't, because there's what we're going to do up here. There's an issue up here. So these are pretty much all pinched together. There's really no solder. And what has happened is the top of it has split. See that there? This was a folded over piece. And it holds the tube in with that little pleat right there. So what I need to do is get that back to being secure. And in the middle there, yeah, see, there's a lot going on there. Oh man. But what I want to do is JB weld it. Almost looking to see if I can get a little over there. Let's see what I got. Well, I'll show you what I'm planning to do here. But I might be able to get some over there. Deliver some. I do have cord. I can extend this. So these are decisions I got to make before we mix up the JB weld and then pinch this thing off all over the place. Pardon my French. I still haven't tested whether JB welded is going to come out of this syringe. So it all kind of goes around that. After that, I'm going to rethink it a little bit. In the meantime, I want to get this amazing globe out of here, get it out of harm's way. I got another one I can plop in there for the interim. Oh, it's beautiful. I really haven't done any other exploring of this thing because of this problem. It might be all right if we can just get that solid up there. I would love the idea of shooting a little across and securing this while I'm at it. I can't think of any other way to assure that we're secure, because I do see movement. Yeah, maybe there not being a globe in there is a good idea. Ugh, careful now. Okay, so I got some of these clips. I should be able to clip that real hard while it dries. These are good, strong little clips. I got a bunch of them. Put them all down here. That's if I can get JB welded in the crack. A lot of it depends on the syringe here. Really, I mean, it's for a delivery system, so I don't just get the crap all over the place. I don't want to I should have acetone at the ready in case I make a blob somewhere. Maybe I could thin this out with a little acetone. Okay, so thinking, little brainstorming here. So what I'm trying to do now is narrow down a hole on some hose. Narrowed the hole down quite a bit to help direct it a little more. Like so. Just might work. Okay, around there, and we're secure. That. Got some acetone. In fact, I have another. These are, for a while, I raised birds. I raised parrots. And I had a bird shop. The pet shop just for birds. And these were, I used these for feeding babies. For little babies and big babies. And I raised hundreds of them by hand. It was a labor of love. I loved it a lot. All right, so now we have some clamps that I might need to take the rubber off of. I don't know if they're going to work as well. Yeah, okay, they'll still grab. All right, we got plenty of these. Let's make some JB Weld it. Nervous. I'm a little nervous because this is really quite a lantern. Far too much, obviously. Far too much, and I'm going to thin it out. But okay, looks like equal amounts to me. I have acetone here in a syringe, so I'm going to put a couple drops. Just a couple drops, thin it out a little bit. I don't see any reason why that wouldn't squeeze out of this syringe. This is so crazy, it just might work. Okay, let's see what happens here. Oh, this is going to work, no problem. Okay, so I already acetoned our area. I'm going to have to get you guys out of my way here just because this is... Got my doubly up glasses. So, I am going to see if I can... Oops. Syringe idea is really working out good. Just hoping that that's getting inside there. Yeah, get in there. I'm hoping I still got a clamp on that. We'll see how strong this stuff is. All right. I got big globs of it in there, and a couple of them I got over here. It was kind of hard to deliver it up underneath, but I did put a couple globs around. I'm hoping that'll help isolate that a little bit. Looks like we're straight. I would hate to put a, little force on this for, well, put a globe in and have that bend on us. All right. So that's it for today. I'm going to leave this. Not going to touch it. And hoping that this helps keep that isolated, especially through a restoration. Don't want to be knocking this thing around. Okay. Let's leave it. Let's leave it alone. Hey. Syringe delivery system for JB Welded. Good idea. Just wish I had something to do with the rest of this. Maybe I can find something. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Wonder if I got something around here I can mess with while I have that. Yep. Yeah, stone. This will be clean and ready for next one. So, yeah, look at that. Oh, it's already stiffening up on me, but yeah. Syringe delivery system for JB Welded. Cool. I love it when I have the equipment to kind of change certain things like that. I'm glad I had 25 years. 25 years that those syringes have been sitting around. Although I have raised birds since then. I raised a couple wild starlings that fell out of nests outside a restaurant. I was a chefette for a while, and they were great pets. Starlings make great pets, and they talk. Very cool. All right, hey, folks, we'll be back tomorrow to continue this and see what happens here. That's where we're at. I put some along the inside of that crack up underneath. So when I pinched it, I saw all the JB Weld come out of the top of this seam, which is excellent. Oops. Well, there's where we're at. All right. I'm going to put this aside, and we'll be back tomorrow to continue that. All right, folks. Stay tuned. All right, here we are, folks. It is the next day. I'm super nervous. I almost don't want to check, see if it worked, because I really want it to work. And I want to be able to kind of handle this, you know, like a lantern and not feel, I don't know. And I really want to get the rest of this all nice and cleaned up. So, let's take a look. Okay, good. I didn't glue the clamps to it. Things look solid. I'm not going to try to pry it, because what I'm going to do now is start working on the rest of this. I just want that to be solid. So when I get all this all cleaned up to the way I like it, then maybe I'll come in and concentrate on fixing that up. And then I'm so glad. Hopefully you can still, yeah, okay, I got a little work to do before I can raise that up anymore. Okay. All right. So I will work on this little part here. There's just this little part kind of hanging out. I'll work on that very gingerly, so I can continue on with registration. Boy, yikes. All right. I'm just going to ever so gently bring that back down. So we have that little track there. All right. All right. That's what we want. Okay, this will all slide better once we get all these surfaces cleaned up. Yes. Okay. So it's a very strong pitting. I'm not a fan of. I have seen a lot of lanterns just treated on, you know, on top of that. Not a fan of that. Not a fan of that. I want to smooth it out a little more. Okay, so let's see what else we got going on here. That looks like that is steel. That appears to be locked up down in there. make sure that once I start probing at it, that I got the right lip for me to get in there and try to work on it. And let that do its trick. That's brass, I know that. Pretty sure this is not. And I'm sure this is also brass. I want to be very careful trying to get that out. So I'm going to let that stuff penetrate. No, there's still a wick in it. Alright. So, penetrate you. Certainly is a ton of junk all over this thing. Ooh. That looks to be some kind of barn junk in there. We'll get it. We'll get her cleaned up. And we'll get her polished. Alright. Alright, I'm just going to try a little coaxing here. There we go. That's a little pop. Let's check the fount. Fount looks pretty nice. Wow, yeah, that's really good. Fount looks really good. Excellent. All the way around, looks great. We can clean that up, use that again. Original wick. Pop that back in. Yes. That's grody, but we'll get it all cleaned up nice. Not a too grody, not rusty at all. In the slightest. I mean, this has got like, you know, oil and kerosene residue all over it, which preserved it, you know. A nice layer of protection on there. It's like all that dusty motor oil that protects your motor in your car. Looks like crap, but all right. So now we want to go on to, boy, where do I want to begin? All right, so I'm going to take this baby to the big wheel. I am not worried about the big wheel. Here, I know what it does. Big wheel, I'll be able to do this surface here, outside of these surfaces, across here, that's about it. The rest will be with Dremels or by hand. But yeah, just getting through that texture part by hand, it would be just too hard. Too hard, too long. This thing's gonna look beauteous again. Let's get to it. I'll be back. All right, well, that didn't do a whole lot of difference. I mean, there's a difference, but it, wow, that texturing sure is something. All right, so this is 400 grit. Figure this is gonna need a little more power than the 600 grit that I've been using in the gray bits. These are black. And I'm gonna go around here and see how it feels before I start going anywhere else here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use some sacrificial bits, which are these super cheapo ones, and I have some left of, and these are some of the wire wheels that I'm gonna be wanting to use here in a minute. But I'm gonna use the sacrificial one to get down underneath here. And this is gonna fly apart, and I just gotta make sure that I vacuum all this stuff up before coming in here in my socks again. All right. like it's steel woolen time. All right, I got these polished up. I just fiddle fart around. And this brightened up nice. This is going to be, it's going to be good. So, this might be a bit of a futile attempt to do some steel woolen on what we did here. But steel will always, no matter what, steel wool seems to bring out one little extra layer of shine to the metal. No matter how messed up the metal is. And I'm being as ginger as I can. I'm just taking it real easy here. Yeah, this is looking real nice, folks. Oh, I don't even want to touch this, but it's going to go very lightly here. I'm just not taking a risk, that's all. I mean, I don't know how fragile the work is that I did. I'm not going to take the chance. Where's that rubbing? There's nothing to do with there. Looks like it's okay. It looks like it's there. I wonder if I can bring that. Oh, good. I could bring that out and work on that a little bit there. What I'm gonna do is gonna get quite a high yeah, let's do the red or the green. We're gonna go green. I want to put a good polish on the outside here because that's where the friction is. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Super careful. Okay, now I can get a little wire wheel. Oh, careful now. Careful, 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 careful. Man, I gotta get more of these bits. Gosh darn it. Yep. Tomorrow, gotta get more of these babies tomorrow. It was just there. All right. Oh, you can hear just how rough it is. It's not rubbing up here. That's gliding just fine. Wonder. Bring it in a little bit. I mean, this might act different when there's a globe in it, but I don't know. But that is pretty rough. Well, let's treat this baby. I'm over worrying. I want to see it work with this here. Well, yeah, that's where the biggest problem is. It's right there. There definitely is a lot of tension there. Oh yeah, just bringing those in, just a hair. No, that's for down the road. Okay, well, let's treat. Let's treat. We've been doing well on this baby. Okay, so let's treat. And I got my bale here, and I was going to steel wool it, but it's got a tarnish to it. I'm gonna leave it right on there. Yeah, that'll be perfect. All right, it's gonna be very cool to see the attitude of the metal change here. It's exciting. I'm gonna start on the bottom as to build up suspense. Let's see. Oh, there's maybe a little oil on these little slides here. Will give us a little lubrication there. But either way, I think it's safe to use your hand as well as the thumb lift there to get this baby rolling. The globe guard came out nice and clean. Not expecting that. Must have had a globe protecting it from whatever pitted the living hell out of the rest of this lantern, including the bottom. Right. When I say clean towel, it's a relative term. These were batch washed in the sink because they've all been doing stuff here in my shop. I wasn't going to be putting that stuff in the washing machine. All right. That's a great thing about these really old ones. They're very simple. And I washed the original wick, and we can put that back in. We are assembling, folks. Beauteous. Looks like it was made for it. Very nice. Now, bail. So this has got the hooks on it. I want to make sure that this is a baby that's going to live in here because those hooks are a pain in the butt. It's going to make a fine bail. Okay, let's... Oh. I mean, I took it out of there. It seems. There. Awesome. Now, to put our gorgeous... Oh, let's go clean it. Yeah, look at that gorgeous rail globe. I got a clear one, too. I got a clear version. Let me go clean this baby up. Okay. Here we have it. RAYO number 65. Let's take a look. Yes. Beautiful. Got fuzzies. Yeah, it's got some weathering on it still. I mean, it needs a good good scrubbing. I'm talking about the globe. I mean, but she's clean. She's cleaned up. All right. Well, I feel so good about this, top to bottom. We got a bail that'll fit on it. We got this repair done. Look, you can't even see it. We got it all up in that seam in there, and we got it all around the pleating, holding the tube in, and I even shot some in to this side and got it around that air tube over there. Awesome. There we are, folks. Thank you so much for stopping by for this. And this was a two-dayer. This was a two-dayer deal. And, folks, thank you very much. And until the next project, don't you go change it.
Get wild.